And he really didn't want, almost his first start here in high school at the varsity level. As he'll hand off to GG, he has room, and he could go 35, 40, 45, 50. It's a foot race, and Joe GG will take this 81 yards. Fairport. Brock, screen pass, near side, and getting around the corner. That's going to be good for a first down and more. This is going to go. Singletary, 49 yards, touchdown. Red Raiders on 4th and 1. Brock, the keeper. Brock breaks a tackle. He's got the first down and more. There he goes. 20, 15, 10, 5. Bank it. Touchdown. Touchdown. RH. Third tonight for quarterback Evan Brock.
What can you say about Evan Brock's performance tonight, Gene? He has been spectacular. As a dual threat and somebody that they've just not been able to account for. He's been lowering his shoulder all night. Big gains and his third touchdown.
And by Ty Davis, complete to number 2.
For the Blue Devils at the 24. Brady looks, throwing, one end zone, and it's caught. Touchdown. That's Ruffalo. And Victor strikes first. It's 6-0. Saw them do this earlier. Quick snap, handoff, going right side to the end zone and in. Touchdown. Sam Gotham, 14 yards. And it's now a 13-0 lead for the Blue Devils.
Victor taking a nice time to hurry it up. End of the half, keeping Hilton's defense on their...
Correction, that was Mark.
High school football from last night, and it was a Good game for this young man. Cameron Mesh of Spencerport against Eastridge takes it for the score, 39 yards. Late in the second quarter, 13-6 Rangers. They had just scored when Sherman Carson decides to get 6 back by himself. Takes the kickoff all the way. Well, he had blocking too. Gets to the end zone there, but Mesh was the story on the night for Spencerport. 4 touchdowns on the ground. Spencerport rolls to the win. We'll have high school highlights from tonight going.
Bring up. Third down.
Could not bring it down in the red zone. Here will be the handoff going to Meacham. Meacham walks into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown. HFL. Zach Meacham for HFL. Gain of 14. Right back up to the line of scrimmage. Going to the end zone. Wanting Smith again. 2 men in the same area. And this still goes for the touchdown. Colton Miller. As the throw, it's going to be a check down. It's going to be intercepted on the near side. This can go for a pick 6. Hall on the near side. It is. Interception return for a touchdown. Touchdown by Donnell Hall for HFL. And the Cougars down.
Brian Boulder's pass is complete to number 4, Eric Platten. Touchdown, Canandaigua.
Back here in CW Rochester, their safety is Hostry. Here's the play action. As the deep ball, Reinhardt on the far side. It's going to be caught inside the 15, inside the 10 to the 5, diving for the pylon. It's into the end zone. And direct snap to Reinhardt, and Reinhardt's into the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Batavia. 5-yard. Reinhardt takes the snap. Lots of time. Fires. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown, Batavia. It's now 19-0 late in the first. Another 2 tonight. Friday Night Rivals is all about. Big hole and toward the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Batavia. It's now 26-0 as the handoff going to number 11, Innocent Richardson.
qualifying pass to number 7, Medina.
Pass is intercepted by number 12, Anthony Rodriguez.
And they will receive. Thomas. DeRosa rolling right. DeRosa throws end zone. Caught, touchdown. Touchdown, Webster Schroeder. The handoff to the end zone. He's in. Touchdown. Touchdown. Marley English and Thomas. An extra lined up in the left. Adams looking. It's going to be a screen pass going far side, trying to pick up the block. It's going to be the razzle-dazzle play. Back to Adams. Adams in trouble. Throws it back, and it's going to be Schroeder winning this game. And Schroeder storming the field. The Warriors move to 4-1 on the season. And look at this, some of the Warrior fans coming out too after that. What a fantastic game here tonight.
Stay on your block.
Quarterback playing left. Number 6. Number 13, touchdown.
made their extra point 7-6. Aquinas with the ball, and then that's when he will. Oberlees makes one cut. Oberlees to the end zone, touchdown. Touchdown, McQuaid. Sean 49. The snap. Lots of time. Going long. Benjamin. Over the shoulders. Got it inside the 15. Out near the 10. They will mark it. The snap. Rolling left. Mahar. Mahar can run for it. He is. Touchdown. Touchdown, McQuaid. John Mahar. As the Knights go ahead with 2:24 remaining here tonight. White with time. Fires. End zone. Caught. Touchdown. Touchdown. Aquinas. Who else? Will Benjamin. His 13th touchdown of the year for number 13. And now, if you're Aquinas, White. Snap. White looking left side. Throws. It's broken up. It's broken up. This is going to be a McQuaid lead here. 22-21. Aquinas is out of timeouts. McQuaid is 21. Kevin Roche and our post game will be coming up here shortly, where we'll be handing out the trophy at the end of tonight.
Almost forgot about the Friday Night Rivals trophy. Oh, these McQuaid Knights don't even know what's in store for them. What a celebration.
Well, hopefully we get that in before the lights go at 11 o'clock here. Part of me just wants to see if that really is going to happen here.
All right, after a busy regular season, tonight the start of sectionals in high school football. We start tonight in a battle. It was Eastridge against East in the 8-2 in the opening round of the playoffs tonight. It was a perfect night for football. Check it out. First quarter of this one, Eagles in the red zone. So where's the ball? Well, Jareel Darden spins, stays on his feet in this one, that giving East a 6-0 lead early in this one. Then later, early second quarter now, it was more Darden. Gets a nice block downfield. He's in again for his second touchdown of the night. 14-0, the Eagles up. And still in the first half, on the 4th and 12, East goes for it. How about this grab? Kelvin Shepard, go get it, young man. 34-16, East wins tonight as their season continues on. Then in Class A1, it was Penfield taking on UPrep. Second quarter, no score. Penfield on the 4th and goal, and what a stop. The Griffins, UPrep keeps Penfield out of the end zone. Then they take advantage. 2 plays later, UPrep on offense, and Raykin Chainer, there he goes. 92 yards, way back for the very first score of this game as UPrep up in this one. Then the Griffins pick off the Patriots, and later to capitalize, it's Clyde Davis Jr. Lofton it here to Mark McClary. The great grab from him. UPrep wins this one big, 38-0, as their season continues on.
2 receivers left, 1 to the right as White fires over the middle, has a man caught inside the 5 in the end zone. Touchdown. Touchdown, Aquinas. That is number 3, Jaleel Johnson with the touchdown. Anthony Letta, who his cousin John Letta was the quarterback here at Hilton, as Letcher gets loose again. 30, 25, 20, foot race, 15, 10, 5, bank it. Touchdown, touchdown, Hilton. Big yardage, 54 yards for Trace Letcher. This is 3rd down and 24 as White finds some space, throws deep over the middle. It's intercepted, and the return here for Hilton at the 45, the 50, the 45, the 40, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, bank it, touchdown, touchdown, Hilton.
Salomon
on the pick 6. That is number 72, Will Salomon with the pick 6.
Will Salomon reading Michael White perfectly right there in the center of the field, jumping up, getting that interception, and then taking it to the house. Look at the deceptive speed, the good blocking down the field as well by Peyton Council to spring his man free. And the pick 6. Hilton is back in business, making plays defensively.
Wow, what a big turning point. The snap, White looking right, under pressure. He's going to have to move to his left, across his body, across the field. He gets it to Richards, who breaks a tackle. Now Richards in the open field to the 40, the 45. He picks it up, and he's going to get more. 40, 35, 30. He's going to take it to the house, slowing up right at the end. Touchdown. Touchdown, Aquinas. Terrell Richards bank it 73 yards, and the Little Irish take back the lead. No safety over the top here for Aquinas. They're creeping everybody up as Council setting up the screen, and there's a busted play, and going to the end zone is Trace Letcher. Touchdown, 22 yards. A missed assignment for the Aquinas defense, and Hilton takes back the lead. Dominic Bronco, his second field goal attempt of the season. He's connected from 21 yards on the season. This one also from 21 yards. Hilton fans making noise. This to give Aquinas the lead. Snap down, kick is up. It's blocked. It's blocked. It's blocked, and the Hilton defense holds.
Absolutely no chance of that field goal being good, as Hilton's defensive line and special teams, they repeated what they did earlier. I mean, they blocked an extra point earlier, and you can see it right there. Another big play by Will Salomon, a pick six and a blocked field goal that would have given the Little Irish the lead. 21-20 Cadets.
As it will be a pass from his own end zone. Throwing left side, it's intercepted. Touchdown! Oh. Touchdown, Aquinas! You've got to be kidding me! That's number 6, Sean Riley. And Aquinas has retaken the lead. Hilton has to have this one. 4th and 13. As Council out of the shotgun. Takes the snap, rolling left. Council squares his arms, throws deep downfield. There's a man wide open, 40, 35, and then knocked out of bounds. Aquinas' defense breaking down as on the far boundary, clapping his hands. That's going to be number 80, Brendan Diabo, with his first reception of the night.
Diabo getting wide open. A great call by Rich Lapani.
Fans are going crazy here at LeBeau Field as the play action. Throwing, man open, end zone, touchdown, 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 Hilton. The Cadets have retaken the lead with 40 seconds remaining.
Clark.
American Custom Exteriors and Interiors touched on the home improvement company that cares. The team captain, Carter Clark. Hater.
And a perfect pass by Council as well. Put it exactly where he needed to be. Knew his guy would go up and get it. Carter Clark.
Last play of the game. White heaving it to the end zone. And it's intercepted, and now it's official. The Cadets storm the field. Hilton upsetting Aquinas tonight. 29-26, your final. Unbelievable game here by both teams.
What a roller coaster ride for both teams. What a disappointing loss for Aquinas. And for Hilton, again, a statement that they can play with anybody in Section 5. What a win for Hilton.
Hilton now gets to host a sectional game next week. The Cadets started the season 0-3. They have clawed their way back to 500, and now with a win like this, they put the rest of Section 5 on notice that they're going to be a very tough out come sectional time as teams shaking hands at midfield. What a game we have here for tonight.
13 Wham Sports, sponsored by Matthews Kia of Greece.
All right, win or go home. We are officially at that time of the high school football season. Teams needing to earn their next practice and that chance to play for that wooden block with a little golden football player on it. Apparently, though, Mother Nature, not a huge fan of playoff football. This wasn't football weather tonight. This was weather for Ducks. We will start in Class AA. Aquinas hosting Fairport. Opening drive, AQ rolling on the ground. Will Benjamin, worth the price of admission, breaks a tackle, picks up 20 more yards, pushed out just inside the red zone. He didn't get in, but his good friend, Amaj Giddens, yeah, he'll cap off the drive here with the touchdown. Little Irish go up 7-0 early. We are still later in the first quarter. Michael White dropping back all kinds of time. It's not a perfect spiral, but it works. Finds Giddens again. Aquinas doubles up Fairport 40-21. They advance to the semifinals. Shocking, it was also raining over at Pittsford, too. Look at that. Rush-Henrietta looking to upset the Panthers. Caleb Lewis, though, he is not afraid to throw it in a little bit of rain. Look at how hard it's coming down. How about this perfect ball to Jackson Green, 20-yard gain. Well done. Just a few plays later, from the air, we go to the ground. Nick Senko from 3 yards out scores. Panthers go up 14-6. After the defense gets a stop, the Panthers get back in the red zone. Lewis takes it himself, skips into the end zone. Panthers playing their best ball of the year right now. They win 41-19. They will face Aquinas in the semis. How about to A1? Brighton, the top seed, hosting a dangerous Thomas team. At this point of the night, it was really raining hard. Titans on 3rd down. This is what you call gang tackling. Nice defense by the Bruins. Ensuing drive for Brighton. How about Brennan Claskins? Looks like he's bottled up, right? Nah, keeps the legs moving. Carrying Titan defenders, gets the extra yards. Later on in the drive, give it back to him. Claskins sneaks his way into the end zone. Questionable camera work there by Jenna Cottrell, but we'll let it slide. It's good for 6. Top seed moving on. Brighton wins 20-8. Finally, it was cold and rainy, but you know, it's still shorts weather. Miss you, man. Class C, number 1 seeded ER Gananda. First play on offense, Chauncey Gilbert. Starts outside, cuts once, cuts twice, gone. 60 yards to the house. Then after a Marcus Whitman punt, more Gilbert. Number 1 in your program and number 1 in your hearts. This one goes for 50. He had 4 touchdowns in the first quarter, 200 yards in the first half. Bombers roll behind Gilbert's big day, 46-8. More scores are over on the 13wham.com.
The playoffs rolling on in high school football, and we're at the point in the season where only really a couple teams are out there. So we'll start with the heavyweights tonight. McQuaid, the top seed, against Victor in the Class AA semifinals. A rematch, Victor and McQuaid. Get your reps in tonight. First quarter, Lucas Holbrook rolling out, but look out, Tanner DeGracia flying in for the sack. Top seed led 7-0 after 1. Early second quarter, McQuaid in the red zone. Sean Oberlees breaks one tackle, dives for the goal line. His second touchdown of the night, 14-0 McQuaid. After a Victor punt, John Mahar, check out this dime to Joey Luzzi, 35-yard connection. Mahar punched it in 2 plays later. All nights in this one. They're heading back to the finals. 27-6, they win tonight. On the other side of the bracket, Aquinas, the 2 seed, against 3-seeded Pittsford. First quarter, it was Will Benjamin. He takes the handoff, 1 cut, breaks a tackle, gets to the sideline, and he is gone. The 50-yard score from him. More to come from Mr. Benjamin. Then the next drive for the Little Irish, it was Michael White finds Terrell Richards over the middle. AQ rolling, 14-zip, they were up. In second quarter, this is what we call the play of the night. Benjamin looks like he gets wrapped up, but nope, spins out, and he is gone. 65 yards for the young man. All he does is eat, sleep, score tutties. It's chalk in the Class AA finals. AQ and McQuaid will meet after the Little Irish's 35-27 win tonight. And it was title time in Class A2. Spencerport and Canandaigua, the Braves rolling in this one. And Brian Boldrin, Canandaigua's QB, the quick pass to Jackson Grant, and Grant doing the rest. Speed killing in this one. Grant takes it back to the house. Braves all gas, no break tonight. Later, it was on the ground as well. The handoff and Brady Camella. Celebrations tonight in Canandaigua. The Braves win the brick. They get it done 41-14 this evening. And another Section 5 brick up for grabs. Brighton and UPrep doing battle. The opening kickoff, and UPrep taking advantage in this one. Todd Gillum Jr. Watch this kid work. Gillum takes it all the way back. A tight game in this one early, but UPrep's defense locking things down in the second half as well. What a win tonight for UPrep. The Griffins, Class A1 champs, a big upset of top-seeded Brighton, 40-8, your final score tonight. All right, we're near the end of the high school football season, and tonight the state qualifier. So which team will represent Section 5 in Class A? What a matchup. Canandaigua won their 3rd straight sectional title, while UPrep took home their first ever championship last week. The winner in this one tonight heading to the state tournament. A beautiful night for high school football. No score, but Canandaigua getting to it early. First quarter, Brian Boldrin to a wide open Brady Camella touchdown. Braves, they were up 7-0. but UPrep waking up. Second quarter, Sherrod Watkins coming up big. Tackle for a loss that pins the Braves back, but Canandaigua able to march down the field, and they cap off the drive with this. Now, this game was getting wild tonight, but the Braves kicking a field goal with 33 seconds left in the game to win this one 16-14. Canandaigua tonight moving on to states after a thrilling win over UPrep.
All right, today was Championship Saturday in Section 5 football. That beautiful day of the year when we hand out those wooden blocks with little gold dudes on top. We will start in Class AA, where the rivalry between McQuaid and Aquinas was renewed once again. There's nothing else to say but roll the highlights. For the third time in the last 4 years, it was the Knights and the Little Irish for the title. First quarter, McQuaid issues on special teams. High snap, punts blocked. Where is it? There it is. Sean Riley, the scoop, and the score, AQ up 7-0. But how about this from an answer for the Knights? John Mahar to Paris Smiley. Go get it, son. Up over 2 defenders, comes down with the ball. Catch of the year nominee, ties the game up at 7. Final seconds of the first half. I want more Smiley. Here he catches a bubble screen, gets a block. Peace out, man. 65-yard touchdown. McQuaid does it again. The Knights go back to back to back. Class AA champs, 28-14. The final. Other bricks handed out tonight. Batavia upset top-seeded HFL 22-14 in Class B. In Class C, Gananda won their first championship in 6 years as the Bombers beat Bath 18-12 in double overtime. Red Jacket won the 8-man championship.
McQuaid was supposed to play Bennett High School of Buffalo in the state semifinals tonight, but here's what happened. The game did not go on. Earlier this week, McQuaid had several instances of players testing positive for COVID. And even though they were following Monroe County's health commissioner's rules and regulations in order to move forward, and there were multiple days of negative tests, it was Erie County who stepped in and said only fully vaccinated McQuaid players could play in the game. So McQuaid went to Erie County, got a judge to give a restraining order, and the game was scheduled to go on. But hours before the game, when the team was getting ready to get on the bus, the state stepped in, postponed the game. There is a hope to play the game on Tuesday. We will see if that happens. There were other games tonight, including East Rochester Gananda taking on Medina on a 4th and short. A high punt from Medina, and East Rochester Gananda gets it. Jeremy Blanchard scoops it up, takes it deep into the red zone. And that set him up for Carter Lathrop, who finishes the job on the touchdown sneak. It was the Bombers winning 26-25. They move into the state semis next weekend. How about Class B tonight? Batavia Blue Devils taking on Maritime Health Services. Tied at 14 in the fourth. Batavia comes up with a big stop here, but they had to punt it away shortly after that. And the Falcons with another chance. They run a counter to Addie Copeland, spins out of a couple tackles, reverses field, and the pit commit takes us to the house for the touchdown. Oh, Maritime wins it 22-14, ending Batavia's season. All right.
From your breaking news and weather authority, this is 13 Wham News at 5.
Game on. You're looking at a live picture of the football stadium in Williamsville, where McQuaid Jesuit is set to play Benedict High School in 1 hour from now. Getting to play is a victory for McQuaid. Good afternoon. I'm Jenny Ryan. The school went to court when Saturday's football game was postponed after several McQuaid players were diagnosed with COVID. Today, a judge ruled everyone who tests negative can play. 13 Wham's Carla Rogner is in Williamsville with reaction to today's decision. Carla?
Jenny, there's been a legal battle happening over the last several days over who can play tonight's game here in Williamsville. McQuaid took the Erie County Department of Health to court after they were told only vaccinated members of their team could play. Today's decision in court to let everyone play all came down to timing. Erie County Judge Koliakovo says the case McQuaid brought forth against the Erie County Department of Health is moot. We learned in court a total of 9 McQuaid players and 1 coach tested positive for COVID. But the rest have tested negative for the virus 5 times since, and they haven't had close contact with the rest of the team since November 15th. That's why the judge and the Department of Health agreed to let the healthy members of the team play tonight regardless of whether they are vaccinated, a decision a lawyer for the Erie County Department of Health was satisfied with.
Erie County and Dr. Burstein have adopted what's called a test out of quarantine protocol, which allows anybody who's a close contact after 7 days, non-symptomatic, negative test, they can get out of quarantine early. That quarantine period ended last night.
Lawyers from McQuaid say they were prepared to fight this rule even before players had met the 7-day quarantine, saying they were following less stringent rules in Monroe County.
These players and this school have shown a remarkable dedication to safety and to COVID protocols, above and beyond that required by the regulations. And so, when this game takes place this evening, it will be an eminently safe game.
Robert Zayas with the New York State Public High School Athletic Association acknowledging it is difficult to navigate games like this happening across counties which may have different rules.
Well, we're simply concerned with the precedents that this could establish as we move towards our winter sports season and ultimately our spring sports season.
Buffalo Public School leaders say it's unfair and McQuaid should have forfeited. Last year, Bennett had to forfeit a game after just one player on its team tested positive.
We always like to think all of us are created equal, but apparently some people are more equal than others. And we have a different playbook for for our players in the Buffalo Public Schools than we do for our private or suburban counterparts.
McQuaid released a statement thanking its players for cooperating with the COVID protocols and said the school looks forward to tonight's game. And a lawyer for Buffalo Public Schools says there are plans to appeal the State Athletic Association's decision to let tonight's game happen, but that won't affect the game tonight with kickoff now less than an hour away. Carla Rogner, 13 WHAM News.
All right, thank you, Carla. We'll be watching tonight.
A game day decision allowed McQuaid's football team to play a big game tonight after the judge gave the okay. And good evening. I'm Doug Embledge. Ginny's off tonight. The game was postponed Saturday after 9 players and a coach tested positive for COVID. As 13 WHAM's Tyler Brown reports, there were mixed emotions in the stands tonight. Tyler?
Yeah, Doug, it was an emotional roller coaster for families at both schools as the decision was made just hours before kickoff. But with the legal battle now behind them, the focus was solely on the game. The first snap was what Mariah DeMarco has waited days to see. She has 2 sons on the McQuaid Jesuit team.
It's been a lot over the past few days, just trying to figure out or, wait to find out if we were going to be able to play.
That decision was made in court, where attorneys for McQuaid sought to prevent Erie County from enforcing a rule that only vaccinated players could play in the game. In court, it was revealed that 9 players on McQuaid's team and 2 coaches had tested positive last week for COVID. They've been separated from the team since. Kenneth Smiley, whose brother plays for McQuaid, was concerned this game wouldn't happen at all.
Kind of been scary because he didn't want to leave out his senior year this way, so he wanted to at least play some kind of football, and this gives him his chance to leave out with his senior year with a bang.
Time was on McQuaid's side. The judge allowed all players on the team who tested negative for 5 days straight to play, regardless of whether or not they were vaccinated. Still, not every parent and player was happy about the decision. Buffalo Public School leaders later called the ruling unfair. Bennett High mom Dawn Miller agrees after their team was forced to forfeit a game last year when one of its players tested positive for COVID.
It should have been a forfeit. I know our kids want to play, but you're still putting them in danger.
Parents on the Bennett sideline tell me that some players played tonight's game in protest of the judge's ruling. The executive director of the State High School Athletic Association says it's difficult to navigate games like this where different counties have different COVID rules. Now, McQuaid lost tonight, and Mike Catalana has the highlights coming up in sports.
The highlights courtesy of our friends at PickensSplinters.com. Here we go. Bennett's Antonio Davis to Jaden Lewis for the score. It was 6-0 Bennett, and they kept building on the lead. 20-0 at the break, and then in the second half it is Lewis. This time on defense, interception gone. 64 yards for the score. 26-0 Bennett. McQuaid tried to rally. John Mahar to Paris Smiley, 26-14, but that's the way it would end. McQuaid's season comes to an end.
East Rochester football claimed state titles in 1978, 85, and 86, but that was before there was actually a state tournament to play. Back then, it was just voted on by writers. Well, today, the Bombers made their first Final Four appearance in program history. ER Gananda trailed state powerhouse Shenango Forks 21-6 at halftime, but fighting back here. Carter Lathrop, beautiful ball to Manuel Sepulveda. Look at that young man gulping. Get it. Bombers cut the deficit down to single digits, but Shenango Forks would answer right back with a 90-yard drive. Xander Arnold with his 4th touchdown of the afternoon. The Bombers battled but came up short today. Their dream season comes to an end in the Class E semis, but congratulations to those guys. 39-18, the final.